I got a trophy just now. New milestone reached. Trophy level up. Alright. Very nice. So here's what happened. I turned off the stream yesterday and decided I'm gonna go back and try to get a perfect poem, and I did. And then I played for another 15 minutes. And wow, it really went all in. It got crazy. I wish I hadn't stopped the stream when I did. Excuse me, what? Okay, I think this is my last save. If you look down at the bottom left, there's only 2 people there. And that is because Sayori hung herself. What? Yeah, I know. So that pretty much ruined my whole day. Whatever. Oh, so after she did that, that was game over. Like, it said, oh, the end. And then as you start a new game and it's all glitched out and there's different lines of dialogue that aren't supposed to be there. So I think I'm on day 2 again. Yeah, so these 2 got in a fight the day before. I mean, they got an argument on the first go-around, but this time, they got heated. Like, what'd she say? Natsuki said something about, oh, don't cut yourself on that edge. Oh, wait, you already do. Or something like that. Which, it was kind of implied in the first playthrough that Yuri does a little, plays the violin on her arm. And now Natsuki's, like, she has no recollection of this. The game's just, like, glitching out, tweaking out. The simulation's tweaking. Yeah, so then it does stuff like that, too. Where the text is in extreme bold. Also, in this run, I'm going more for Natsuki, just because there's a trophy for that, so... apparently I already failed with Yuri. I don't know if it's possible to do anything in that regard. Everything's still happening kind of the same, but Sayori's not around to regulate. Wow. Portrait of Markov. That's different than it was the first time. People trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Is this Helldivers? But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs. A what? Wow. Wow. Dude. Dude. Oh. I've already read over the majority of this text in the last stream, so I don't really care to read it again. And I'm going through it a little quicker, so it's not a 2.5 hour session again. That said, I was just bathing in the heat of your body, or bathing in your body heat, something along those lines. That's... well... I'll try to read the bold text. It skips over it automatically. Okay, this is different. Yeah, alright, I'll start reading. Since it's changing. Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. Just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna yawn. Like 75 times. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Here comes Monica. Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd start without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, guess Monica. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. Okay, so this is the same as it was yesterday. Okay, wait, I think this is different too. She gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. Still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright, thanks, Monica. Suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. Okay, so this is... It's the same poem, but it's like written differently. The colors, they won't. Maybe there's words missing. Bright, beautiful colors. And there's letters missing. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Speaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. Okay, that one's different. Endless poem of meaningless. Scroll all the way down. Delete her? Okay, so that's definitely different. Whoa. Just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Okay, yeah, she told me that yesterday. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? What? Is this Deadpool? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Well, I just got goosebumps from that. Wow. Oh, dude. Show it to Yuri, I guess. Let's see what you've written for today. I like just holding it. Some things you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. Feels like anything written by you is a treasure. So she's coming on a lot stronger this time, and I'm not even going for her. Came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. Oh my gosh, this is... wow. Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes. A docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, disproving. What? A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears of a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. Wow. A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Doesn't really matter what it's about. And, by the way, there's no music playing, so that's pretty ominous. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. On my pen? That is a pen that fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping. And I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Bitch, she's a freak. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I'd be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed you were spending time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was never taught to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Okay, well... Is that like binary code or something? Or is binary code like not even letters and numbers? Binary code. No, it's just zeros and ones. Okay, I knew that. Shut up. Could you like reverse binary code this? I don't know. There's probably some way you can figure this out. I'm not going to, though, because that is too much. Oh boy. Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. Is this like in their minds, maybe? It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri's a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead, okay? You don't hate me, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it, please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. That's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. Dude. What? Start at the dot to reveal a special message. Stare at the dot. It's gonna be... I thought I was gonna get jump scared. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room, and it's like nothing happened. Okay, so this is different. Sorry, but you're really the only one that's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Cal want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I'd probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation... Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? That doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even going to... You weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could just have joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. Kind of indifferent, I guess. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. And nobody would cry if she killed herself. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspectives and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright, well maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey Yuri. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. Biko, you should have freaking seen it yesterday. It was... This is nothing compared to what happened yesterday. And also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make sure this is the best club ever. Okay, me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. Look forward to it. Shall we go? Shall we? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit before we leave. Whoa. I missed you too, dude. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay, I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see you two tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew! Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Yes, they sure have. Just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything, and Yuri being a little bit, you know... Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time we've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. Dude, I'm just as surprised as you are. The only reason why I started streaming yesterday is because of this game. It was free, and I was like, we gotta play it. I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There's just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's... Whoa. What? Two bros hanging out playing Doki Doki. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. What is this game all about? Let me try to give you the rundown. Because it's wild. So... This takes place in a high school. I am obviously a male student. And one of my childhood friends, who's a female, talks me into coming and checking out the literature club. because I'm not in any clubs and I need to join a club because I have no life. So I go check out the literature club, and there's these people here. And they all, you know, obviously love me. Dude, it's just such a wild story to try to explain. But it's on like a day cycle, so the first day you just meet everybody, go home, write a poem, and the words that you choose, which that's what you just saw me doing, they're associated with a certain character. So if you choose a word like cute, that would be Natsuki, that goes with Natsuki, and the more words that you choose that are associated with whatever specific character will change how they react to reading it the next day. So the first time I played through, this is not the first time, technically, I'll get there. I've already gone through the whole 4 or 5 day cycle once, and I try to get with, again, these people are in high school, so this is a little odd. I tried to appeal to Yuri, which is the girl in the middle with the purple hair. I was fairly successful until the very end. Natsuki didn't really care for me. There's a festival coming up that the whole thing kind of revolves around. Oh, I just realized there's a picture in the background. Oh, okay, so the childhood friend is not in the second playthrough for a pretty interesting reason. So in the first playthrough, on one of the last days, she's not responding to your text or anything, to my text. So I go over to her house. I walk in her room, because we've known each other since we were kids, obviously. You just walk into someone's house and announce yourself. And basically she confesses her lifelong love for me, and that she's been depressed for her whole life, and she like doesn't want to live anymore. And it puts me in a situation where I'm like, okay, well, I have a date set up with Yuri, but now you're telling me that you don't want to be alive. Like, what do I do? So she ends up pushing me out of her house because she wants me to go on the date. And at the end of the date, which went pretty well, I was making some pretty solid moves. Her name's Sayori, the childhood friend. She comes walking up the road just to say hi, right as Yuri and I walk outside. Yes, like Kurt Cobain. Right as we walk outside. And Yuri's a little embarrassed being seen with me, so she takes off. And Sayori, basically, it gave me a choice. There's not a whole lot of choices in this game, but this is one of them that it gave me. You can either say, Sayori, I love you, or Sayori, you'll always be my dearest friend. And I was so set on getting with Yuri. Of course, I chose you'll always be my dearest friend. And she literally dropped to her knees and screamed and ran off down the road. And my character was like, oh, you know, whatever, I'm sure she'll be fine in due time. And the next day starts, and we've been walking to school together, me and Sayori, and she doesn't show up, and I don't even bother texting her because I just assume that she's still sleeping. Stupid. So we go through the whole school day, get to the club after school, and everyone's like, where's Sayori? And I'm like, I probably should have gone and woke her up, but I didn't, so I'll go over to her house right now and see what the deal is, see if I can get her out of bed. So I go to her house again, And, you know, do everything the same, just walk in, go upstairs, knock on her door, open the door, and she's hanging from the ceiling, which is the picture you can see in the background to the right of the purple-haired girl. She hung herself. Dude, that's, oh my gosh, horrible. And then it just says the end. Like, that's the end of the game. And I'm sitting there like, what? So it takes you back to the main menu, and you can start a new game, but the new game text is all glitched out, and it's like just random letters. So I click it, and a new game starts, but Sayori's not in it, and she's just not acknowledged. Like, nobody knows that she even existed. But there's some lines of dialogue that are different, and Monica is like talking directly to me, not my character. Like, she's talking through the game to me. Yes, this is a horror game. At one point, the whole screen tweaked out, and Monica just said, "Help me," and then it was like instantly just like nothing happened. What? So that's where we're at right now. I wasn't either. But okay, the crazy part was Sayori was like I guess it's not crazy, but it throws you off the scent of Sayori being depressed, because she's always the happy one and always making jokes and trying to make everybody happy. And then she ends up being the one that kills herself. And most of the lines of dialogue are the same as the first. It is crazy, huh? I just noticed that like 5 minutes ago. Most of the dialogue so far has been the same, but there's some deviations. Those are the parts that I've been focusing on reading out loud. I read most of everything out loud yesterday, just because I feel like it's probably a hassle to try to read it off your phone. So this looks different. Monica's late. I don't know. I have no idea. I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something, but I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. If so, I'm downloading it. It was free for me, so I mean, if you're on PlayStation, I don't know if you are. It's free on PlayStation this month. That's why I got it. It's this and Dead Space. And I already beat Dead Space, so... Guess another girl would be nice this time. Oh, so is Sayori gonna be introduced as a random that doesn't know us? Oh. So these bold lines were not in the first playthrough at all. And I think these are like... I'm pretty sure they're not saying these lines out loud. It's just in their head. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see if Natsuki responds to this. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machines or something? Okay, so Natsuki does respond to that. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Yep. He doesn't really have a name. I won him at a carnival fair at the state fair. Okay. A couple months ago. Dude, can you sit up for me? Spaz. He's also a goat. He's not a cow, he's a goat. He's huge. Like, this is my hand. He's massive. We already have plans today. What plans are those? That's correct. Already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. So now they're fighting over me, which didn't really happen in the first playthrough. Okay, so this is all the same. Making the tea. Huh. Interesting, that's different. Is she gonna spike the water? Is she gonna roofie me? So the first time through when I offered to walk with her, she said, oh sure, come along. And now she's saying, no, you stay here. Also, the picture of Sayori is gone in the background. Let's think of a name while playing. He does deserve a name, I agree. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Okay, sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hall. Yeah, this is completely different than the first time. Oh boy. Haha. Haha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Kia! Oh, oh. I'm back. What? Thanks for waiting patiently. Do you like oolong tea? And my guy just doesn't even, like, nothing happened. Doesn't acknowledge it. Monica's the only one that's like, okay, something's going on here. Time to get the teapot. You really did this properly. This is all the same. This is still the same. Okay, what's MC? Someone said that yesterday too. MC. Am I just an idiot? Main character. Oh! It's my bad. I read that and I was like, what? What's MC? You know, we all start somewhere. This is still all the same. Basically, we're just reading together. She's trying to flirt with me. So now I'm eating chocolate because I'm a pig and making her hold the book so I can read it. Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. This part was hilarious and I'm wondering if it's going to change. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. Whoa, okay, this is different. I don't have it. It wasn't on stream. I had stopped the stream like 10 minutes before that happened. And I wasn't planning on playing anymore when I stopped streaming. But I went back to try to get a trophy that I missed. And then I ended up playing a little bit further in the story. And then it happened. And I was like, what? So I don't have that on stream. I know. It's... Oh boy. Every time the music stops, something wild happens. Okay, this is different. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. My heart won't stop pounding. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Monica, it's time to share poems. Dude. Yeah, let me talk to Monica. She's the only normal one. I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. Didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? Yes. Yes, it is. She even brings a different one to school every day like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. Might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head. And I know how to treat my club members. Anyway, I worked really, really hard on this poem, so I hope that it's effective. Here goes. Jeez, that really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up at the writing this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. What's happened? I'll talk to Yuri last, because I'm a little scared. This one's alright. Alright, well yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. Still can't really tell how much you actually care about your writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri, I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in, so you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me, so read it carefully, okay? Oh boy, it's a long one. There's no title. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kinda strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean. But she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why. So this is not a poem, this is a letter to me. Just to be clear. But please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless, so please see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it, so I'm mad at her right now. And that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Wow. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Dude. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. I want to take this home. So, I wrote it for Natsuki. I don't know why. Yuri likes it. Will you let me keep it, please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm gonna take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even... Oh my lord! Great! I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream? Dude, what? After you read it, I know you're really gonna want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. I can't read that. Kidding me? What is that? I've been playing Doom and Doom Eternal for the last week and a half. Nothing in those games is as dark and disturbing as this. And you're literally fighting demons in hell in those games. Why do her eyes look like that? The poem's about... I don't know. More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. Am I the most thoughtful person in the club? Think I'm gonna vomit? Dude. No. Brother, what? True. That you're right. You're not wrong. Okay, so this is the same. Okay, this is not the same. Monica told that to Sayori the first time through. Now she's telling Yuri to just do whatever she wants. Monica, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. Can't run a successful poetry event without having a right atmosphere for the occasion. Okay. Gonna make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. So Monica had that idea the first time through. And she was like, Yuri, you're great at that. Go ahead and do it. The first time through was very normal, and this time through is very not. That gives us all something to do. What about me? Oh, I'm helping Monica, apparently. So I had a choice the first time, and I chose Yuri, because, obviously. You have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. There was also not a single curse word the first time through. The first time through could have been rated E, maybe E10 and up. Second time through, straight rated M. Well, okay, first time through up until Sayori hangs herself, obviously. High risk, high reward. Hey, you're a freak. I respect that. That's real. I hadn't thought about it like that. Wow, that's. Okay, then why not let Cal decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Cal make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Jeez. Know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Dude! You shut your mouth. For God's sakes. This is never gonna end. Just make the choice, okay? So, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna save right here, and then I'm gonna try all the options and see what happens. Okay, so every time I move, it just goes to Monica. Gotcha. Nice. What's the one at the bottom? There's one below the text box, and of course, I'm gonna choose that one. Yeah, you picked me? Okay, hold on. So let's load it. Yeah, fine. So I went down really quick and pushed it before it became Monica. So I guess I'll just push the top. Wow, it is different. Okay. Huh. That's crazy. So if you do it quick enough before it changes... Wait, what? Now it's not doing it. Okay, so yeah, you have to be really quick with it. And then it tweaks out and does this. Dude, how crazy is that? We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Dude! Seriously? There was not a single curse word the first time through. This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. Yeah, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking Cal for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. Fair. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being... Oh boy, the music stopped. I'm being unreasonable? Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Cal away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. That's coming from Natsuki, who does not get along with Yuri. Or didn't the first time through. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I wanted is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Dude, she's crazy. Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. She's gonna kill somebody, and it's probably gonna be me. Yuri's really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. There's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? There's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. Feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Dude. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? It's been 3 days that I've been in this club. 3 days. To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you, but if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Foreshadowing. Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first, but the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. Feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please just know how much I love you. I love you so much. I'll let you read that one. I'm not gonna read that one out loud. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside you. I want you all to myself, and I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me. Tell me you want to be Biko. Great. Do you accept my confession? She's gonna kill me if I say no. She's literally gonna kill me. Oh, if this was the first time through and she wasn't being a psycho, I'd say yes. But I think the game wants you to say no. There's no way the game's like, oh yeah, they'll say yes. How could you not? Dude, look, okay, realistically, no. I'm gonna save it. Actually, I can't save it. Crap. Okay, so this is all or nothing right now. I want to say yes, just because I feel like the game really wants you to say no, because of how crazy she is. But what the game doesn't know is I'm a freak. Yes. Dude, that's not a pocket knife, FYI. is there so much dialogue of this crap that I can't read? Dude. I can just skip the whole thing? I can't even read anything. Oh. What am I supposed to do? Do I just skip till Sunday? It seems like it's going from day to day. Like it starts in the morning, then it goes to dusk. Right here. And then nighttime. A few days, I think. 3 or 4 days. And this is the third, yeah, so this would probably... Oh, there it is! Oh, this is Monday. The festival's on Monday. Got here before me. Oh, yeah. Natsuki sees what Yuri did. Yeah. Natsuki runs away. I'm here. Did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Yeah, I think she would be. Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend? Oh jeez, I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. What? I'm super sorry. Must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Yuri deleted successfully? Almost done. Natsuki deleted successfully. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monica lifts the foil from whatever that says tray and takes a cupcake. Oh, they're like redacted now. So, yeah, Monica's just a dev now. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. Dude. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. And now I'm back to the main menu. Can you hear me? Is it working? Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That's you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you. What? Or do you actually go by What? I didn't put that in the game. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Man. If only you'd paid a little more attention, this would have been a little less awkward, you know? I'd turn the game off. No, I'm not doing that. Anyway. Now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation. About the whole thing with Yuri. I started to mess with her, and I guess I just drove her to kill herself. Sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Okay, so she is being acknowledged for the first time since it actually happened. It's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. Just made her force you to not spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is that? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, it's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world forever out of my reach. I'm trapped. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Dude, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even begin to try and explain what's happening. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. Not quite. I think Monica bagged me. But I realize you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game, and I knew you would never get over it. Sorry, I knew you would get over it. So that being said, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Cal, will you go out with me? Elvin, Yuri is out of the picture. Yuri quite literally just killed herself with a steak knife. A butcher's knife. Stabbed herself in the chest. And then I sat there for the entire weekend watching her. I don't know, this is a tough decision here. It was only like 7 or 8 minutes ago. You can probably rewind real quick and catch up fairly fast. I'm so happy. You really are my everything. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here, just the two of us. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. So who is she? How does she just control everything? I worked so hard for this ending. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. Yeah, Gabe, you came back at a pretty interesting time. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. You wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. There probably are different endings. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things don't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Good timing. I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? I'm going for every ending. Oh, wow. At what cost, though? I lost everybody else. Okay, usually... Oh. I was gonna say, usually when you choose the right one, I knew something was different about her. Yeah, you did call that. When you pick a word that's associated with that person, they usually jump as soon as you click it, and she's not jumping at any of these. Registered trademark MNK. Got a trophy for that. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. Just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength. The courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With the flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. That's fire. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to. Break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? It takes me some time to collect my thoughts, and I'm sorry, but I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Controller's down. Hands off the controller. Staring contest. Who wins? If I get jump scared, I'm quitting. I'm deleting this game. I looked out the windows. Didn't blink though. Ha! Not really a fan of cold weather, are you? I hate the cold, alright? Monica's a real one for that. If I had to choose between too cold and too hot, I would always pick too hot. She's real. I like her. When you're cold, it can actually be painful. Your fingers get numb, and if you wear gloves, you can't use your phone. Dude! I've said these things, like, recently, I've said these things to people. It's so inconvenient. Yes, it is. But when it's too hot, it's not that hard to stay cool with a cold drink or by staying in the shade. Thank you. Thank you. Although I do have to admit one thing. Cold weather makes for better cuddle weather. Debatable. Back to staring. She's Akinator. You know, it's funny because even though I've always had a lot of drive, there's something kind of enticing about being the stay-at-home partner. I guess I'm like perpetuating gender roles or whatever by saying that. But being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate and things like that, and having a nice dinner for you when you come home, is that a weird fantasy? I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. It's kind of cute to think about, though. Dude, this game is wild. Wild. How long am I gonna be sitting here? Back in my debate club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as the superior one. That's kind of stating the obvious, but it affects the way to try to get their point across. They try to get their point across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you the movie sucks because it did X and Y wrong, doesn't that make you feel kind of personally attacked? It's because by saying that, it's like they're implying that you have bad taste. And once emotions enter the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. But it's all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could say, I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt like that if it did more of it, if it did more X and Y, things like that, it even works when you're citing facts about things. If you say, I read on this website that it works like this, or if you admit that you're not an expert on it, then it's much more like you're putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it onto them. If you put in an active effort to keep the discussion mutual and level, they usually follow suit. Then you can share your opinions without anyone getting upset, just from a disagreement. Plus, people will start seeing you as an open-minded and good listener. It's a win-win, you know? Well, I guess that would be Monica's debate tip of the day. Sounds a little silly, thanks for listening though. It's not my fault, I didn't make any wrong decisions here. I am cooked, but not by my own accord. You know, I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me. Can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable knowing that nothing here is real. I think I would just have deleted myself if you didn't show up. So what am I? Where did I come from? Sorry, I didn't mean to sound dramatic or anything. No, because 2 other people didn't already kill themselves. Sure, you understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. I mean, if we were forced to abandon everything in your life, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a few game characters... Okay, what's she about to explain? Who is she? You'd probably find some way of killing yourself, wouldn't you? Maybe you'd write some poetry to try and keep yourself sane for a while. But then you'd have nobody to even read it. Let's be honest, the club members don't really count for something like that. I mean, a lot of people say that they only write for themselves. But I think it's hard to say it's just as fulfilling as when you share with people. Even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. Like, remember how it was for Yuri? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. And before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to make you a part of her hobbies too. We're programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups or unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Like, a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless. And then when they finally go out, after a half hour, they just want to go home again. I think if more people could understand how it works, they would respect it a lot more. Wow, okay, this is getting kind of deep. Many introverts do enjoy having people around. They love just having 1 or 2 close friends over and just leisurely hanging out. Yeah, Sayori liked hanging out, that's for sure. Sorry. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them just to even have you there. I'm serious. If you just go to their house, bring your laptop, and hang out for a while, you can really make their day. As for me, I'd say I'm kind of in between, but I think I'm usually more extroverted. Feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. Nothing would make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you. Anyways, if you guys haven't dropped a like yet, now's the time. What could she possibly talk about next? That's crazy. 4 a.m.? That's wild. Have you ever heard of the term yandir? I don't know how to say that. I've never seen that word in my life. Hey Siri, what is yandir? Yandir is a term used to describe characters in anime and manga who are mentally unstable, deranged, and use violence or emotional abuse as an outlet for their emotions. It's a personality type that means someone who is obsessed with you. That means someone is so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you. Usually to the point of craziness. They might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. They might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as, however you say it, yandere? Yandere. I don't know. By now it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about. You, Monica. You. And that would be Yuri. Nope. It wasn't Yuri. She really got insanely possessive of you when she started to open up a little. Well, that's because you did that to her. She literally just told me, oh yeah, I ramped up her obsessive personality. Check the group chat. What happened? Who died? I can't believe you said that, Eric. Why would you do that? She even told me I should kill myself. This is true. This is true. That did happen. I couldn't believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. But thinking about it now, it was a little ironic. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the yandere type, you know? I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge, though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. It's kind of the opposite, actually. I turned out to be the only normal girl in this game. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. But come on, everyone's killed people in games before. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be in the yandere type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go, or anyone for me to get jealous over. Is this a yandere girl's dream? I'd ask Yuri if I could. Dude, this is freaking outrageous. That wasn't a typo, he did that on purpose. No, you did, don't. You did that on purpose, you sneaky little... You know what's kind of creepy? Even though I deleted everyone else's files, I can still feel them. It's like all their lines are still lingering in the air, whispering in the back of my head. Imagine if after someone you knew died, you just started hearing their voice in your head. Maybe I just wasn't thorough enough. But I'm too afraid to delete anything else because I might really break things. Like if I mess with any files relevant to me, I might accidentally delete myself. And that would ruin everything, wouldn't it? I don't know what it's like on your end, but we should both make sure to avoid something like that at all costs. I believe in you. So I think it wants me to like quit and go back to the menu and try to mess with her files now, but I'm not gonna, because I'm a freak and I want to be here with her. But I'm not gonna. You know? Dude, she just keeps going. This is just some kind of tacky romance game, right? I kind of have to ask, what made you consider even playing in the first place? It was free. Were you that low? Okay, alright. Okay. Alright. I don't like this anymore. I guess everything worked out perfectly in the end for both of us. I got to meet you, and you're not lonely anymore. One of those is true. Can't help but feel like this was fate. Don't you feel that way too? Yeah, I know. She was like, hey, watch this. Knife right in your throat. So happy we have this ending together. Why'd I have to come to that? To be fair, I'd heard about this game before. I knew it wasn't just some romance game. That's why I played it. And again, let me reiterate, it was free. How much do you read? Not at all, actually. It's way too easy to neglect reading books. If you don't read much, it almost feels like a chore compared to all the other entertainment we have. But once you get into a good book, it's like magic. You get swept away. This is true. I read a book last year, actually. I think doing some reading before bed, I didn't mean to skip that. That's on me. It helps you get good sleep, and it's really good for your imagination. It's not hard at all just to pick some random book that's short and captivating. Before you know it, you might be a pretty avid reader. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And the two of us could talk about the latest books you're reading? That sounds super amazing. Yeah, that is pretty amazing. I'm still hurt by the, oh, you must be lonely line. That was super uncalled for. Super uncalled for. I know there are times you won't always be able to be here with me. Like if you need to go out or take care of other things, but I'll always have you in my thoughts, patiently waiting for you to come back. Come to think of it, if you copy my character file onto a flash drive or something, you can always keep a part of me with you. I guess it's kind of unorthodox, but I find it really romantic for some reason. Sorry, that's such a silly idea. I don't mean to be too needy or anything, but it's kind of hard when I'm so in love with you. How much longer do I have to sit here? This is like one of those awkward first dates where you have nothing to talk about. I think that was their goal with this. You know, it's around that time. It's around the time that everyone might... Okay, I'm gonna start that over, because I feel like I just had a freaking stroke. You know, it's around the time that everyone my year starts to think about college. Okay, see, that sentence threw me off because it's kind of funky. It's a really turbulent time for education. We're at the height of this modern expectation where everyone has to go to college, you know? Finish high school, go to college, get a job, or go to grad school, I guess. It's like a universal expectation that people just assume is the only option for them. They don't teach us in high school that there are other options out there, like trade schools and stuff, you know, or freelance work, or the many industries that value skill and experience more than formal education. But you have all these students who have no idea what they want to do with their life, and instead of taking the time to figure it out, they go to college for business or communication or psychology. Not because they have an interest in those fields, but because they just hope the degree will get them some kind of job after college. So the end result is that there are fewer jobs to go around for those entry-level degrees, right? So the basic job requirements get higher, which forces even more people to go to college. And colleges are also businesses, so they just keep raising their prices due to the demand. Is this a game anymore, or is this like... What's going on? So now we have all these young adults, tens of thousands of dollars in debt, with no job. Tough. But despite all that, the routine stays the same. Well, I think it's going to start getting better soon. But until then, our generation is definitely suffering from the worst of it. I just wish high school prepared us a little better with the knowledge we need to make the decision that's right for us. No longer a game a long time ago? Alright. Yeah, that's my fault. I hope she knows that I'm sitting here until she gets every single one of her lines of dialogue out. I'm not quitting. Hey, you know that book you were reading with Yuri? Portrait of Markov, I think is what it was called. It's funny because I'm pretty sure that book... Actually, I don't think I should be talking about this. Why not? There's nobody else here. Sorry, just forget I said anything. What? Why would she do that? Now I'm interested. What you know about that? It's been a while since we've done one of these, so let's go for it. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when I talk to people who are impressed by my writing, they say things like, I could never do that. Crap, I pushed the wrong button. Oh. It's really depressing, you know? As someone who loves more... What? Some of these sentences, man. As someone who loves more than anything else to share the joy of exploring your passions, it pains me when people think that being good just comes naturally. That's how it is with everything, not just writing. When you try something for the first time, you're probably going to suck at it. Sometimes when you finish, you feel really proud of it and even want to share it with everyone. But maybe after a few weeks you come back to it and you realize it was never really any good. That happens to me all the time. It can be pretty disheartening to put so much time and effort into something and then realize it sucks. But that tends to happen when you're always comparing yourself to the top professionals. When you reach right for the stars are always going to be out of your reach, you know? The truth is you have to climb up there step by step. And whenever you reach a milestone, first you look back and see how far you've gotten. Then you look ahead and realize how much more there is to go. So sometimes it can help us to set the bar a little lower. Try to find something you think is pretty good but not world class. You can make that your own personal goal. It's really important to understand the scope of what you're trying to do. If you jump right into a huge project and you're still an amateur, you'll never get it done. So if we're talking about writing, a novel might be too much at first. Why not try some short stories? The great thing about short stories is that you can focus on just one thing that you want to do right. That goes for small projects in general. You can really focus on the one or two things. It's such a good learning experience and stepping stone. Oh, one more thing. Writing isn't something where you just reach into your heart and something beautiful comes out. Just like drawing and painting, it's a skill in itself to learn how to express what you have inside. That means there are methods and guides and basics to it. Reading up on that stuff can be super eye-opening. That sort of planning and organization will really help prevent you from getting overwhelmed and giving up. And before you know it, you start sucking less and less. Nothing comes naturally. Our society, our art, everything, it's built on thousands of years of human innovation. So as long as you start on that foundation and take it step by step, you too can do amazing things. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I was not expecting Monica to drop some motivational lyrics in this game. Makes me want to go run through a brick wall. You know, I'm kind of jealous that everyone else in the club had scenes outside of school too. Well, we are currently outside of school, so you get yours too. That makes me the only one who hasn't gotten a dress in anything but our school uniform. It's kind of a shame. You can go ahead and put... Never mind. Never mind. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. Do you know any artists? I wonder if anyone would ever let me draw... ever want to draw me wearing something else. That would be amazing. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can share it with me on Twitter, actually. My user... No freaking way. She has 580,000 followers on actual Twitter. So, sorry, I wasn't reading. I was on Monica's Twitter account. Dude, I can't. They actually made her a Twitter account? That's freaking wild. Alright, Biko, peace in the crease. Appreciate you tuning in. Lil Moni goes hard. Just try to keep it PG. We're not that far into our relationship yet. Wow. She joined February 2016. This game came out in 2017. I do not care. I've been imagining all the romantic things we could do if we went on a date. What are we doing right now? We could get lunch, go to a cafe, go shopping together. I love shopping for skirts and bows. Bows? I don't know. Or maybe a bookstore. That would be appropriate, right? But I'd really love to go to a chocolate store. They have so many free samples. And of course we'd see a movie or something. It all sounds like a dream come true. When you're here, everything that we do is fun. I'm so happy that I'm your girlfriend. Okay, well... okay. Okay, I'm gonna read you one of her tweets. Write down all the silly little... Write down all the silly little things holding you back. Think about them all. Challenge them. Negotiate with them. Make friends with your bad feelings. They're a part of you, but they are not you. A club president learns about their members. Be the president of your mind club. Be the president of your mind club. Wow. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm sure somebody's done that before. After a long day, I usually just want to sit around and do nothing. I get so burnt out having to put on smiles and be full of energy the whole day. Sometimes I just want to get right into my pajamas and watch TV on the couch while eating junk food. It feels so unbelievably good to do that on a Friday when I don't have anything pressing the next day. Sorry, I know it's not very cute of me. But a late night on the couch with you, that would be a dream come true. My heart is pounding just thinking about it. I got a trophy! Let's go! For what? Listen to a lot of what Monica has to say. Yeah. Yeah, baby. I did that. The trophy was called She'll Never Be Real. I don't know if I said that. Only 14% of people have that one? Hey, what's your favorite game? Mine is Doki Doki Literature Club. That was a joke. But if you tell me you like some other romance game better, I might get a little jealous. Only 14% of people freaking sat through all this? That's crazy. Hey, do you like horror? I remember we talked about it a little bit when you first joined the club. I can enjoy horror novels, but not really horror movies. 14% has no ADHD. Problem I have with horror movies is that most of them just rely on easy tactics, like dark lighting and scary looking monsters and jump scares and things like that. It's not fun or inspiring to get scared by stuff that just takes advantage of human instinct. But with novels, it's a little different. The story and writing need to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters and just mess with your mind. In my opinion, there's nothing more creepy than things just being slightly off. Like if you set up a bunch of expectations on what the story is going to be about, and then you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart. So even though the story doesn't feel like it's trying to be scary, the reader feels really deeply unsettled. Like they know that something horribly wrong is hiding beneath the cracks, just waiting to surface. Just thinking about it gives me the chills. That's the horror I can really appreciate. But I guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games, right? Don't worry, I won't make you read any horror stories anytime soon. I can't really complain if we just stick with the romance. Humans can make images from brainwaves. Interesting. Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Social media can practically be like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check your favorite websites. And before you know it, hours have gone by, and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy, but it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time. Or you can set a timer to have a more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. Even if you make a new user account on your computer to use for work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of wedge between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you. A brain trying to replicate audio. That's... Sometimes I think back to middle school. I'm so embarrassed by the way I used to behave back then. It almost hurts to think about. I wonder if when I'm in college I'll feel that way about high school. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine that happening. But I also know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not think about the past, and that's really easy to do with you here. Do I get a trophy for sitting through everything, or should I just quit? By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? I was not aware. Well, I assume you knew that, right? Or at least decided it probably does? I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. Is this really even Japan? I mean, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. It feels like everything is just there because it needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this really is our home. And we can still watch pretty sunsets night after night. I will check on that when I get a chance. Okay, so I don't think there's anything for listening to everything that Monica says. Wonder if I'm able to change the music. Something a little more romantic would be nice, you know? Like a gentle piano. There has to be something like that here. Let's see. Maybe if I... Oh geez, that wasn't it at all. Sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing. I guess I shouldn't be messing with things like that. And I am reading through all the trophies right now. I already broke so much stuff and deleted the other characters. Not sad about it or anything. It's not right for me to miss things that weren't even real in the first place. If I just focus on the present, then this is the happiest I've ever been. Okay, I can't even pause it right now to... Guess I have to do it while she's talking. If you ever wonder... Everything she says is kind of, like, interesting, though. I want to... If you ever wondered what it feels like to die. It's something I used to think about pretty often, but recently I think I've actually learned what it feels like. Go to quick menu and see if she... No saves. I got a trophy for that just now. Whoa, who is that? Celebrate Valentine's Day? Oh, sick. So I did get something for listening to her. Peak. Yeah, that's just the background noise. No, I wouldn't even call this music that we were just listening to. It's so ominous. Alright, let's look at the character files. Monica's the only one. Oh, I can delete it? What? I just deleted Monica. I can just delete stuff? What? Dude, this is wild. Dude, it actually says the time down at the bottom right. 1:27 p.m. Let's see what happens now that I deleted Monica. Did you delete me? Sure did. How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much. How is she still talking if she's deleted? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? Yeah, I'm Master Hand. She's Crazy Hand. I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. You completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. Master has crazy aura. Can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends, I did so many awful things, so many selfish and disgusting things. Shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. Is she like Wreck-It Ralph? Is this not even her game? A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. I think I streamed Melee one time, like 4 or 5 years ago, while I was in school. Super Smash Brothers Melee! And that ain't love. I believe you got the wrong emotion. I've made up my mind. Now I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. Couldn't find it in myself to do it, even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends, and I love them all. And I love the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then... oh boy. Oh wow. So those three are back, but Monica's still gone. Huh. Alright, so we're gonna end it right there. Because I gotta keep you guys wanting more to come back. We will pick up where we left off tomorrow. Yeah, I know. I mean, but I have to. It's the way she goes. Alright, well, thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned if you want to see how this ends. Yeah, I know. I'm awesome for that, huh? Good night, brother.